All right, Eric, first season with the Mariners. Talk about from day one what the biggest thing you tried to establish here with this team is, considering how well you've played in the AL West.
Yeah, well, the number one thing we want to do is just work on the intangibles. Just your approach to the game, your approach to each day, and just the overall attitude and that we're going to carry as a ball club. And I talk about respecting the game and being a good teammate and showing up and getting after it each and every day. And it takes some time to instill that, but ultimately our guys have really taken it on, and we've got some strong leadership with some of our veteran guys here that have really done a great job, and the young kids have done a good job of paying attention, and they've taken care of each other. You got to be good teammates, and you got to play the game the right way, and you got to be tough. I think that if you're not tough in this game of baseball, then it's going to eat you up, because it's a sport of failure and you play it every single day. So our guys have handled that pretty good.
When you take a look at your history, coming up through Wallen baseball and through Fort Wayne and playing in kind of the Northrop heyday, what is it about Fort Wayne and the mentality of growing up in that town that's kind of helped you succeed and bring kind of that workman-like, even-keel attitude to Major League Baseball?
Well, I do believe in being even-keel and not getting too high or too low. I think you have to do that in baseball, but I just think that I think Fort Wayne's a tough town, with tough people living in it. When I talk about tough, I'm not just talking about just physical toughness. I'm talking about mental toughness and handling the ups and downs of life, and and just coming together when you need to come together, and that's what a baseball team needs to do. And I had a lot of fantastic teachers in my growing up, and of course my mom and dad led the way with that, but I had a lot of great teachers, a lot of great coaches that helped me along the way. And one common denominator I think in all that was they were tough, and they handled situations, and and that's what I try to do here as a manager.
And when you take a look at you were 35 years old when you were named the manager in Cleveland, a young guy, his first job as a major league manager. What do you take away from that experience that now allows you to be an even better manager in your second job in the big league?
Well, I'm not going through everything for the first time this time around. I went through a lot, in Cleveland, and I learned a great deal. And I'm a big believer in paying attention to my day, and paying attention to the game, and working and learning and trying to get better. So there's just so many things that I feel even that much more confident about in regard to my approach, because I do tweak a little bit here and there in regard to what I did the first time around. I do change things a little bit, but a lot of it's the same. Respecting the game and being a good teammate and doing the things you need to do out here, that'll never change. But there were some things that I did the first time around that I'm not doing this time around, some things that I didn't do that I am doing. So all those things help.
What's more difficult? Your daughter born in 2006, your son was born in 2008. Is it tougher to manage a group of 25 major leaguers or the Wedge household?
Well, I probably have to say the 25 major leaguers, but the Wedge household can get a little bit crazy every now and again. But my wife Kate's been great. We've moved out to Seattle. We bought a home there. Ava's going to be going to kindergarten in the fall. And Cash sits up in the stands for every game and watches with Mom, and while Ava's down in the playroom. So we're a family. And Seattle's our home now, and the kids have been great. They don't know anything else but to get in a plane and fly and travel all over the place. So they're well adjusted.
What did the year out of managing baseball give you? What was that like, and what do you think you maybe learned during that process?
Well, I think my perspective. I think that I always felt like I had pretty decent perspective when it comes to the game and managing baseball and life. But really stepping away from for the first time in the summer since before I was at Wallen, really, when I was 8, 9 years old. So it's the first time I ever looked at the game from that perspective, and I think I see it through different eyes now. And so I think it was a smart thing for me to do, emotionally, physically, mentally, to stay away. And obviously, the real reason I did it was just to spend more time with my family for a year, and that was the greatest gift ever.
Why is it important for you to come back and do the Wallen activities and do the Fort Wayne Sports Score and do the event every summer, the camp at the Ash Center, every winter, the event at the Ash Center you do every winter?
Well, it's just, it's something that I feel like I should do, that I want to do, and that I have to do. It's part of my responsibility, I think, from being from Fort Wayne in the community, and that's why I've sponsored a team at Wallen, for 20 some odd years or whatever it's been, and that's why we do the clinic at the Ash Center. We have the charity banquet every year with Fort Wayne Sports Corporation and different charities. So it's just you've got to give back. You've got to spread the message. You know, every time if you can have an impact on even one person, it's worth your time. And if we can even impact other people to do other things like that, you know, then we're all heading in the right direction.
Now, you played for Coach Stavretti, correct?
Yeah.
Talk about what he taught you, because in a lot of ways he's the godfather, if you will, of modern day Fort Wayne high school and really every level of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Stavretti, he impacted lives, and obviously he impacted mine both on and off the field. You know, you talk about tough. I mean, he's a tough cookie, and you know, we still stay in touch to this day, and you know, he's always been one of my biggest fans. But I learned a great deal, you know, from him. You know, he took a chance on a freshman, and you know, had me at the varsity level, you know, and you know, and we had 4 great years together. But he's done so much for so many, and he does it the right way. You know, now they've got you know, another kid there, Matt Brumball, that I played with, that's run that program, and going to get that thing turned around. So, but you have to do it for the right reasons. You know, and Coach Stavretti did it for the right reasons. You know, it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about the kids, and it's about the program. And if you go about your business that way, then it's going to come back to you tenfold and come back to you the right way. So, you know, that's what he did, and that's what he instilled in me.
In '86, you're with the Wichita State Shockers. You win a national championship. You're second in the Golden Spikes Award voting. Talk about, at that time, did you foresee managing in your future, or were you just focused on becoming the best player you could?
Yeah, I was just focused on playing. I mean, you know, I guess I figured way down the road I'd manage, but you know, I didn't anticipate, you know, the 8 surgeries in, you know, in 9 years, and all the issues I had with my knees and my elbow. But hey, you know, such is life. You know, it gave me a chance to start managing that much earlier, and I was fortunate enough to get to the big leagues for a couple of years as a player and get a taste of that. So I feel like I was very blessed. But when I really started thinking about managing was when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to play as long as I wanted to play. And you know, I felt like my personality, and you know, for whatever reasons, players would come to me and ask questions, even on my own team, and you know, I enjoyed helping them. So you know, that was kind of a natural progression for me.
Question I get a lot is you were pretty clean shaven as the Indians manager, but now in the press conference we see the big mustache. What was the reason for the change?
Well, you know what? I had a mustache for about 10 years straight, believe it or not, from college on into pro ball for a while. And then, you know, when I first started managing the minor leagues, I didn't have a mustache, and I had a mustache, and I've been kind of back and forth since, mostly clean shaven. But, you know, I took the year off, and I knew I was going to get back in. And I said, you know what, I'm going to get back to my old self and grow the mustache. And then somebody suggested maybe let it, you know, run down the sides a little bit, and I did that. And now it's this whole big deal that people are doing pieces on. So, but I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed having a mustache, and I enjoy this. So, so we'll keep it around for a while.
No objections from Katie?
No, she's been pretty good about it. She wants me to trim it up every now and again, so I got to stay on top of that.
All right. Anything else you'd like to tell the people of Fort Wayne?
No, I just appreciate all your support over the years, and you know, just please come out and support us in January when we have the clinic and the banquet back in Fort Wayne. And Fort Wayne's a great town, so take care of it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey,